Hi there, I'm Graham from WerkMaster. Today we're going to show you how to remove an aluminum oxide coating from a pre-finished engineered floor. Now, I've been in the flooring industry for more than 20 years, and this traditionally has proved to be a really challenging situation. There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, aluminum oxide is a very, very tough wearing flooring finish. So the challenge is even traditional premium sandpaper can struggle with it. The second challenge that we have is engineered floors often have a very thin wear layer. So that means traditionally, if you've got a machine that's aggressive enough to take off this hard surface, it's so aggressive that you run the risk of taking off all that hardwood and burning through to the plywood. At that point, your floor is essentially ruined. So WerkMaster has been developing a system for over 10 years now to try and address this challenge. So what we've done here at WerkMaster is develop diamond tooling. Diamond abrasives are what we're going to use to remove this aluminum oxide finish. The idea behind it is diamonds are tougher, harder than aluminum oxide. And so that's what we're going to show today. We'll take this system that we've developed with OptiDisc technology. We've got these 8 plates full of these diamond abrasives. And we're going to use that to take off this aluminum oxide surface. Just one brief comment on safety. Whenever you're working with the machine, keep your fingers away if it's plugged in. So don't work on it unless it's unplugged. The other thing is this aluminum oxide wear layer. It's great on a floor, it's terrible in your lungs. So make sure you keep yourself and your work environment safe. Hook up your dust containment and a respirator, some combination of that, so that you can stay healthy and happy. So that's it. Let's fire this up and we'll show you how to do it. So what we'll do to begin, we'll fire up the machine, and the process goes like this. We'll start by doing the edging first. Now, from traditional sanding methods, this might seem like a slower process at first, but only at first. The way it works is you do all your hard work in your first cut. After we get the edge done, then as we take the machine and blend from the field into the edge, any sanding marks disappear. And after that, every other cut, every grit that we go to, well, we're not edging anymore. We're just driving the machine across it. So the first cut will feel slow, but after that, you'll see it pays you back. You'll have a nicely cut floor, nice and flat, with no blending or sanding of edges. So we've just edged this first part of the floor, and I wanted to stop and show you one of the unique things we can do with our OptiDisc technology. If you notice here, this is our cutting tool, and you notice how close that will cut to the wall. So that means you can use this machine to edge your room. If you see the floor, you can see we're within 1/8 of an inch of the wall. So that's great. What that can do is it saves you from being on your hands and knees with a traditional edger. You're standing, you're letting the machine do the work instead of your back. So there we have it. You've seen us remove the aluminum oxide from the rest of the field. So you're pretty much ready to move on to your next step. The only thing that's left is you'll have to scrape out or sand out the corners, but then give it a good vacuum and you can move on to your next phase. You may have noticed a couple of things while we were sanding. After we had done the edging, even though the edging was already completed, I'd take the machine all the way up to the wall to blend out any sanding or edging marks we may have had. And you'll notice I moved the machine over about the width of a board each time. What that does is it allows you to sand flat in relation to the rest of the floor that you've already done. So you can see that you've got a really nicely flat floor, well-cut floor. There is some tooling marks from that first cut. We're at a 30-40 grit. So you will see those scratch marks in the floor. No reason to worry. You'll bring those out in the next sanding stages. So that's it. Give it a good vacuum and you're ready to move on to your next step.